This video is made with the sponsorship of Ecrotech New Zealand, one source for all your beekeeping requirements. Hi, Trev here from Trevs Bees on Facebook and YouTube. Well, we've got a new swarm today. This is the 17th of October 2016. Not a bad size swarm, about the size of a basketball. About 2.5 metres off the ground. So first job is to clean up the branches that are around there that's going to interfere with my collecting this bunch of bees, and then we'll also be able to get a better view of having a look at how big the swarm is. I just trimmed a branch off there, and there's a little ball of bees that are rolling down, so I just push my hand on them to stop them from falling and keep them all in a little bunch. I always like to spend a little bit of time like this trimming up the branches so you can get your bucket or collection box, whatever it is you're using, around the colony, the swarm, in a nice easy manner. So go and collect my bucket, which is just a standard 20 litre bucket, and I've made a little wooden ring lid to fit on the top, and that's got fly screen mesh in it. Put the bucket underneath, hold the lid in my mouth, give the branch a few good vigorous shakes, put the lid on, and pretty much the job is mostly done. However, I did get my vacuum unit out, waited around for 5 minutes, got my vacuum unit out and sucked up any of the stragglers that went back up to the branch. So it's a good kilo and a half of bees there. So here we are at home. We're going to put these into a nuke box. I always put them onto brand new foundation and brand new gear, so that if there's any AFB or American foul brood, I can destroy that later on. I know then it has definitely come from the bees. This has happened to me a couple of times before. So what I've done is I just put a little pad of core flute out the front. You can see the bees here settle down nice. So I give them a bang on the ground, a couple of bangs, take the lid off, and then just gently pour the bees out onto the core flute sheeting. And now you can see straight away the bees are walking to the nuke box. And the first bees are now just entering the entranceway. So there's a few bees that are actually looking as though they were spilling over the back edge, and oops, there they fall. So I've reached in and given them a hand and pushed them back up to the top of the core flute. Now that the weight's off the core flute, it's not sagging down anymore, and I've got a few bees in my vacuum collection box. So now I'll just empty those out onto the core flute as well. 5 or so minutes have gone by, 10 minutes maybe, and the bees have now clustered pretty heavily around the entranceway of the nuke box. They're all steadily making their way up towards the entrance, and every now and again I reach in amongst there and clear the bees away from the entranceway so they can get into the entrance. Otherwise they tend to block the gap up and no one gets in. So we've got a few breaks in amongst here. We're about half an hour into this little march-in exercise. Just one of the girls come to visit me, so just say hello to her. Very, very rarely do you ever get stung when you're doing this. I don't bother to wear any safety gear. And you can see how the bees are all migrating to the front of the box to get inside. And beside this nuke box, the swarm, I've got several other colonies which have got new virgin queens or newly mated queens in them, just splits that I've made from my hives. So we're just about an hour and a half, 2 hours into this little exercise. This is one of the reasons why I don't do it too often, march them in. So anyway, that's Trevs Bees on Facebook and YouTube. We'll catch you around with another swarm soon.